Hello, welcome back to my channel. I've missed you all. I was just getting into the swing of it and then COVID got me last week. But I'm back up and running and I want to talk to you about a book called Flatshare. Have you ever thought about sharing a flat with someone you didn't know? In fact, a one-bedroom flat where you actually are sharing the same bed but not at the same time. Well, this is the arrangement that happened in the book by Beth O'Leary between Tiffy, who was looking for somewhere to stay after a split with really weird, quite demanding ex-boyfriend, and someone called Leon who worked nights in a care home as a nurse. These two came up with an arrangement. Leon needed the extra cash. He was staying with his girlfriend at weekends anyway, or his mum. So the idea was they'd never see each other. She had the space to herself at night. He had the space during the daytime. And that was how it was meant to be. It was a great concept, and a friend of mine lent me the book. I'd never heard of Beth O'Leary before, or at least I hadn't had her in my on my horizons. But now I think I'll be reading a lot of her work because it was magnificently written in short chapters. It started with each character telling their part as it built up. So flicking between Tiffy's side of things and Leon's. Leon had a lot on. His brother was in jail, rightly or wrongly, and he was trying to get him out. She had this breakup with this really dodgy, quite spiteful ex, and she was developing a career in publishing where she was working with some really quirky people who were producing books about things like crochet. And she wanted to work her way up, but she was troubled still by her ex. She also started leaving messages on the fridge and around the place for Leon and him for her, and though they'd never met, they kind of had a bit of a laugh together until eventually they met. And that's how the story goes. I did pick it up originally last summer and then I forgot about it. I kind of lost it in amongst piles of junk, I guess, and I needed to get back to it. And COVID actually gave me the excuse to finish it off, but I was just catching up with it recently and it was brilliantly written. I should have got through it much sooner. The storyline was, although it was a romance, it had a lot more to it. I mean, Leon had this job that was consuming, this brother that was constantly ringing him up, trying to get find a way to be found innocent or to get out of jail. He had a mother who had an abusive past, and he had this new flatmate who was really endearing and quite intriguing, who had issues of her own, self-belief and issues with this ex-boyfriend that meant she was quite scared of him and quite kind of trapped by him. So this story really evolved in a really, really fun way, and I won't give too much away. I've kind of given a lot away already, but Leon also had a side story where he was trying to find a patient's one true love. And the patient had met this other person during the war and had never seen him since. And Leon made it his mission to look up people with that name until he might find that true love. So overall, absolutely brilliant book. So much I could say about it. Well worth a read. Wish I got on with it sooner. 5 stars and then some. Have a look at Flatshare by Beth O'Leary.